Welcome. This is my 20-second speech for the Ron Paul curriculum, and I'm going to be telling you all about the country, Iceland. Iceland has an area of around 103,000 square kilometers. Its capital and largest city is Reykjavik. Icelandic is the official and national language of Iceland. Its official currency is Icelandic krona. Iceland's recorded settlement has been conventionally dated back to 874, although archaeological evidence indicates Gaelic monks from Ireland known as Papar, according to sagas, has settled in Iceland long before that date. Iceland is a Nordic island country that can be found in the Atlantic Ocean, with a population of 356,991 people. Some interesting facts about Iceland are that the Icelandic people are descendants from the Norwegian Vikings, founders and natives Celtic populations of Scotland and Ireland who were captured and brought as slaves to the island. The nation's official language, both spoken and written, is Icelandic, descended from the Old Norse. It has changed so little that today's students can read books written hundreds of years ago. Something really cool about Iceland is that virtually all energy comes from the renewable energy sources. Iceland has no standing army, but the Coast Guard maintains the Iceland Air Defense System and patrols coastal waters. The police forces carry no guns, which is super cool to know because Iceland doesn't have a lot of crime, whereas in America we do, and virtually everyone has a gun. So, cereal, pancakes, fruit, and coffee is the traditional breakfast for Icelandic people. Dinner is usually the main meal of the day, so it is usually with lamb or fish served as the main course. A couple of the bad things about Iceland is that the weather, especially the wind, super cold sometimes. You can't avoid anyone, lots of crowds, and the politics, and then the limited production variety. Some of the good things about Iceland is when it gets too cold outside, you can just hop into one of the hot springs and get real warm. Iceland is the most web-savvy country in the world. Super interesting because I thought America was. There are 0 mosquitoes, so if you live in a place like Alabama, to hear that a place has no mosquitoes is incredible because you can't sit outside in the summer at night without getting eat up. Iceland is home to Europe's first parliament. Already in 930, the first parliament was gathered in Thingvellir National Park, which is now included in UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites. If you're a fan of democracy, this might be one of the most interesting facts about Iceland until 1983. Until 1983, beer was banned. Nowadays, however, there is a fairly wide selection of micro breweries and beer, and is very strong interest among many Icelanders. It is easier to find unique beers than the most traditional drink that Vikings drank, also known as mead. A volcanic eruption happens about every 4 years on average. When you consider that Iceland's nickname is often referred to as the land of fire and ice, it is perhaps not surprising that there is relatively frequent eruptions in Iceland. In fact, on average, there's at least one eruption every 4 years. Something that I thought was cool is that they have extremely low crime levels. Iceland is one of the countries in the world that has the lowest crime level, along with the countries such as Japan and South Korea. It is very unlikely that you will encounter any crime at all if you ever visit Iceland. When I was researching Iceland, it kept showing me that Iceland has 0 McDonald's. I thought that it was interesting because in America, you can't go anywhere without finding a McDonald's. Parents often let their babies sleep outside even in freezing temperatures. According to the BBC, this is pretty common in Nordic countries, where parents believe that the abundant fresh air helps the baby sleep better and wards off illnesses. Akurey, a town in the north of Iceland, implemented hearts into the designs of their stop signs. Shortly after the economic crash of 2008, according to the mayor, the lights are meant to remind Icelanders to stay positive. I thought that was super cool because after you have an economic crash, you want to stay positive. So she put hearts on the stop signs. Thank you for listening. This is my 20-second speech for the Ron Paul curriculum. Feedback is greatly appreciated.